the design of hydraulic circuit for shaper. So shaper also like planar mechanism. Here is also a ram movement is the major one. So it removes material in the forward stroke, and return stroke is the ideal stroke. So it moves faster comparing with the forward stroke. This is the major specification and utilization of the equipment in the system. So here also there is a two stroke, that is forward stroke and return stroke. Forward stroke is the material removal process, and the return stroke is the ideal stroke. So here in the forward stroke, when the DCV directional control valve is shifted to the right envelope, oil flows from pump to the right end of the cylinder and the piston moves from right to left. At the same time, oil at the left side of the cylinder returned back to reservoir. So why we include reservoir means, so if actuate any system, it get heated. So the heat should be overcome by, so transfer the fluid to the reservoir. So reservoir kept constant. So for the temperature of this fluid or liquid or oil should be maintain the same temperature. So that's why we supply the oil to the reservoir. At the same time, oil at the left side of the cylinder return back to reservoir through the flow control valve. So flow control valve originates and traces the path here, which allows only meter fluid to return back to reservoir. This permits the forward cutting stroke to be carried out in a slow manner. So forward stroke is a slow or nominal speed. At the end of the stroke, the limit switch, that is LS1, is actuated by the ram movement, which in turn activates the directional control valve to shift its left envelope mode. So it move forward. So with the usage of limit switch, it come back to the opposite sense, the faster rate. Then return stroke, and the directional control valve is shifted to the left envelope. Oil flows from the pump into the left end of the cylinder through the flow control valve, and the piston moves from left to right. At the same time, oil at the right side of the cylinder returns back to reservoir directly. So here, without any intermediate setup, the oil transferred directly to the reservoir or transformed to the reservoir. Directly without any restrictions, and quick return motion of the ram is achieved. So there is two concepts here. So the reservoir, the oil transferred to the reservoir directly without any aid or any support, directly transferred to the reservoir. Meantime, it activates the ram, come back to its original position in a faster rate. So this is the thing he achieved. So that is the ram, return motion of the ram is achieved, and the oil is transferred to the reservoir directly without any external source to bring out the oil to the reservoir. At the end of the stroke, the limit switch, that is LS2, is actuated by the ram movement, which in turn activates the direction control valve to shift its right envelope mode. So this is the thing here. So in any system, there should be how two actuations to be considered to execute the process, that is forward stroke and return stroke. In a forward stroke, it moves in a nominal speed or a slower speed. So why it move with slow or nominal speed means then only it take the material in a normal depth of cut and speed. So otherwise the workpiece get damaged or tool get damaged. So the return stroke, comparing with the return stroke, the forward stroke is somewhat lower. So that is the main thing. So that's why we use ram movement. The ram movement is executed by the slider crank mechanism. Or, there is a slider crank mechanism or a quick return mechanism. So the term is provided, so come back or utilize the return stroke in a faster rate comparing with the forward stroke. This is the major criteria specified here. So in shaper mechanism, the thanks to be forward stroke as well as the return stroke. So we see that the forward stroke is a nominal speed and the return stroke is the somewhat faster comparing with the forward stroke. This is the main criteria here specified here.